Most Europeans have looked at the American tax system with a sense of disbelief. For decades, wealthy Americans have been abandoning their citizenship, escaping the relentless obligations that come with being a U.S. passport holder, obligations that follow them around the world. Things got worse with the Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, or FATCA. Overnight, American citizens found themselves unwelcome at banks in nearly every country, tangled up in complex reporting requirements, and constantly under threat of IRS scrutiny, even if they hadn't lived in the U.S. for years. It's not just paperwork. Renouncing U.S. citizenship can cost thousands in fees, a substantial exit tax, and years of bureaucratic back and forth. And once it's done, visiting the United States becomes more difficult, not an automatic right. Former citizens need visas just to set foot in what was once their own country. For a long time, Europeans were mere spectators, confident that their residence-based taxation systems protected them. Leave your country, establish new residency, and those tax obligations ended. Yet things are changing, and fast. Today we're seeing the early stages of a seismic shift across Europe. Spain has become a pioneer with exit taxes that target those who have spent a decade or more living in the country, forcing them to pay taxes on their global assets even after they leave, especially if they move to so-called tax havens. France keeps its own blacklist of non-cooperative jurisdictions and stands ready to add layers of scrutiny to citizens relocating to lower tax countries. Germany's complex rules around foreign corporations and substance requirements can make life extremely challenging for any German who wishes to move or run a business from abroad. Even outside the EU, Norway is proof of what's possible. Citizens who leave for countries on Norway's tax haven list can remain locked into Norwegian taxes for years after they've left, unable to sever the ties that bind. Underlying all this is technology. Gone are the days of anonymous banking and quiet international transfers. The automatic exchange of information now connects tax authorities from nation to nation, cross-checking accounts and transactions worldwide. The surveillance is so tight it's reaching American levels, and soon cryptocurrency regulations will bring even these last vestiges of financial privacy under stricter control, especially when the EU enforces new rules as early as 2027. The reasons aren't hard to understand. European governments face rising social spending, aging populations, and limited economic growth. They need more tax revenue, and taxing citizens abroad proves irresistible, especially once leaders see just how much the American government brings in every year from its diaspora. It's no wonder that countries like Spain and France are blazing this trail, with Germany and the Netherlands likely to join them soon. Meanwhile, countries in Eastern Europe are less likely to follow. Most of them lack the bureaucratic machinery and international clout, and are far more interested in attracting new residents than penalizing departures. For Europeans paying attention, real examples are springing up everywhere. You can find French YouTubers renouncing citizenship after moving to Panama and deciding that maintaining ties just isn't worth the cost. Spaniards are heading to Argentina, where fast-track naturalization and cultural similarities offer an escape route from punitive taxes. Germans are looking at Paraguay, which offers a territorial tax system and a growing expat community. And closer to home, Serbia has become a popular haven for those who want proximity to the EU, but none of the baggage that comes from living inside it. Then there's the Caribbean solution. Countries like St. Kitts and Nevis and Dominica are happy to sell you citizenship in exchange for a sizable investment. These passports open new doors, but they also come with significant travel limitations and can never fully replace a European document. It's an option, but for most it's only a backup. That's why so many are taking the portfolio approach. Rather than cutting ties immediately, people acquire a second citizenship, keep their European passport active, and watch for changes. This way, they maintain flexibility, the ability to move, work, and live where they wish, while always having a plan B if systems tighten further. Mexico, Panama, Argentina, and Serbia are all attractive options, each offering manageable tax obligations, friendly visa policies, or quick naturalization pathways. The point is not necessarily to renounce today, but to prepare, to stay ahead, and to have choices ready when the time comes. One major difference between American and European citizenship is that for Europeans, the door often stays open. Programs like the Portuguese Golden Visa make it possible to regain EU residency and even citizenship down the line if circumstances change. European renunciation is rarely as final as the American version. Over the next decade, citizenship-based taxation will likely move forward in waves, first through expansion of exit taxes and the blacklisting of tax havens, and only later developing into truly global taxation regimes for citizens living abroad. The EU's appetite for harmonized tax policy means efforts will be coordinated and comprehensive, not piecemeal. The writing is on the wall. For anyone holding a European passport and considering life beyond the continent, the time to start planning is now. Once these new laws are in place, renunciation will become more costly, more complex, and perhaps subject to the same kind of exit taxes that the US uses to lock in high-net-worth citizens. At the very least, having a second citizenship should be a part of your strategy. Life moves quickly, and the advantage goes to those who are prepared in advance. If you want to reduce your taxes to single digits, make your assets impossible for anyone to touch, and gain more freedom with second citizenships, get in touch with Liberty Mundo and book a consultation call. We will help you develop a complete blueprint to organize your life to safeguard your wealth and your freedom. Follow the link in the description for more details. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.